What is up, fellow nerds, and welcome back to the Dapper Snapper Gaming channel, and welcome back to Competitive Decks. This is our series where we talk about how to use all of the new and returning Pokemon in Crown Tundra. We've also covered Isle of Armor and the base game as well, but we are covering Crown Tundra now and talking about how to use all of these mons in competitive singles. If you would like to know how to use them in VGC, you can always let me know down in the comments below, and I'd be happy to leave some suggestions there, but for the video's purposes, we focus on singles. Now today we're going to be focusing on Galarian Moltres. We already talked about Zapdos yesterday, and we will actually be covering Articuno later today, and so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss when that video goes live, and so you don't miss when we start talking about the Reggies the days after that. So it's going to be awesome. We are going through all of these new Pokemon. We are having a great time learning how to use them in this early metagame, and starting next week we will start having some battles with them, and it is going to be a lot of fun. So again, you don't want to miss it. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video, and share this video with everybody, and especially share the video about the glitch that I was talking about yesterday. There's a huge glitch that is going to majorly affect competitive Pokemon, both for VGC and for singles, if people don't know about it. So you need to watch that video. It is very important to anyone who is who's playing online at all. Raids, battles, anything, you need to know about it. It's a big deal. But so today we're going to talk about Galarian Moltres, and this thing is pretty cool, right? Dark flying typing, which is really awesome. We already have Mandibuzz, which is that typing. And we know how strong Mandibuzz is as a wall. It is a great defensive option, and so Dark Flying also it does that in general. It's a great defensive typing, and now we're turning it into an offensive mon. You saw toward the end of the Isle of Armor DLC, we showed off an offensive Mandibuzz, which kind of led into this, showing off how that typing can also work as an offensive option. And Moltres has some pretty cool stuff going for it, so let's get into it. We've got a Choice Scarf set here for the first one. Now I'm going to be honest with you, I do think that this is going to be the least powerful variant of Moltres, but it is an option that can work. The reason is because you've got your dual stab, and really Moltres doesn't get a whole lot outside of its dual stab, but you've got Fiery Wrath, which is basically just Dark Pulse, but it also works in doubles. It also works as a spread move. And then we've got Air Slash. So two things that have a flinch chance, which is pretty cool, and that's why we're running the Scarf, so that we are going to be faster and we can make use of that possible flinch chance. We also have the ability Berserk, which is an amazing ability that comes from your boy Drampa, which is an amazing Pokemon. And so when you get below half HP, this thing gains a stage of special attack, which is pretty cool. We also are running Memento on this to help set up for things in the back, and then U-turn for momentum. So typically you're going to want to stay in with this set a lot longer. Moltres for Berserk doesn't really like staying in for a long or doesn't like switching out rather. It likes staying in, healing up, and getting multiple boosts back to back. So, you know, this set isn't optimal, but at +1, which you can definitely get from this, you begin to 2-hit KO a lot of big threats in the metagame. So, you know, it's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice option. You know, you can 3-hit KO a Toxapex, which is pretty cool. You can 2-hit KO a physically defensive Zapdos, the regular form of Zapdos, which is going to be kind of common nowadays. Yeah, and that's with max HP. If it doesn't have HP investment, you know, it's going to do a little more. It's pretty good. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that this thing can do, but again, like I said, this Scarf variant probably going to be your least common way of running it. Now, a more common way to run it is going to be this with Double Dance, or you could run just one of them or the other. I personally prefer this Double Dance set because it really doesn't have any other coverage that you really need on it. The only other moves that it really gets are Hex, Ancient Power, and Shadow Ball, and you really don't need any of those, to be honest with you. You just need these, and so we're running a weakness policy on this. This works really well on a set with screens or some way to mitigate the damage that you are taking, because obviously you have no way to heal. This mod does not get Roost, which is unfortunate. It also does not get Recover like what Articuno does, but yeah, there's no way for it to actually heal itself outside of Rest. So you do have to be careful with the damage you're taking, but with a weakness policy boost, you forget all about the fact that there's only 8 investment, and when you're below half, you're going to start at being at +3, which is absolutely insane. This thing starts dishing out all kinds of damage to everything out there, and you've got your flinch chance. it becomes a real powerhouse, to be honest with you. +3 with this thing coming off a base 100 special attack is really nice. And that 125 special defense is really nice for allowing you to take a little bit less from hits. In VGC right now, a lot of people are running it with Comfey and Raichu. So you get hit with a special super effective move and you get your weakness policy activated and then you just kind of go to town. It's kind of the same thing. So you basically just bait in something that's going to hit you super effectively. On the special side, you take the hit and you go to town as you're setting up on it. You get agility to get that extra speed. You get nasty plot to get even stronger if you need it. All that good stuff. It's a really cool set that works really, really well if you can get all of the factors to work. Now this personally is my favorite set, is the Rest Talk set. I think that this is going to be your most viable option because you've got such good options as far as being defensive and you've got a lot of bulk to work with. You can rest quite easily on your opponents. We've got 56 speed on this. This outspeeds Crawdaunt and any base 55s and below. So that's what the 56 speed is. And then we've got the rest in bulk and special attack. So this is really nice, right? And you're just going to keep gaining because Berserk activates every time you get below half. So you just let yourself get below half, then you rest, and then you just do it all over again. And it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to do. You just sit there for forever and just keep on boosting. And yeah, it's going to be kind of stally, but eventually everything that comes in is just going to drop. And so that's why the speed isn't super important as far as being maxed out. It is nice to be faster than base 55s and below. It also makes you faster than Blissey, which is pretty cool. Although you're really not going to be doing that much damage to it. You're going to be relying on flinch chances. But Blissey can't really do anything to you except Seismic Toss. And so it's just going to put you below that half damage and then you can just rest up. So Blissey is not a check to this set at all. Blissey just makes it worse, and it's just flirting with disaster, giving you all of those boosts. So yeah, it really helps to invalidate some things that may be checks to it, things that want to sit there for forever. Moltres can actually outstall them, which is really, really impressive. All right, so for our final set, we've got a meme. I know we haven't done any memes yet for this generation. I wanted to make sure that that I'm providing you all kinds of good sets, but honestly, Galarian Moltres is pretty straightforward. So I really didn't think that it was all that important to do 4 crazy sets, but we've got a meme set as our last one, and I did not want Air Cutter there. That is interesting. We're going with Air Slash, and this is weird, right? We've got agility with Fiery Wrath, Air Slash, and a King's Rock. So King's Rock is what boosts your flinch chances by 10%. So this moves you up to a 30% chance because you have Fiery Wrath and Air Slash that both have a 20% chance to flinch. Obviously, it's complete luck, but it's still going to be hilarious when you start flinching your opponent like crazy. You have agility so that you're going faster to guarantee that you are getting every opportunity you can to get that flinch. And then you've got U-turn for early game, getting out of there, not really worrying so much about setting up at the beginning. You know, you've got an okay speed tier at 90. It's not that great. Some other options to consider on this Mon is heavy duty boots. Obviously we're no longer 4 times weak to the rocks, but now we are still 2 times weak. So heavy duty boots could work on a couple of these sets. I just like the ability to get some health back with this. And then you've got the weakness policy. I think weakness policy works great on that double dance set, but yeah, that is Galarian Moltres for you. I think it's a pretty cool Mon, great typing, cool ability, and it honestly is really, really awesome. I really like it. It takes a lot of things on the special side that you would not expect it to take. It is surprisingly bulky, so pretty cool Mon. Go out there, use it. Later today, we'll be talking about Articuno. So again, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that video and any of our future videos when we talk about the Regis. And then we start having in-game battles next week. So it's going to be a really cool time. So yeah, that's going to be all for today and right now. I'll see you in a little bit for another video. Hope you stay safe out there. Hope you're having a great week. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.